The impeachment proceedings continue with heated questioning. We have the latest on yesterday's school shooting in Santa Clarita, and you have a great opportunity right now to help out the Make-A-Wish Foundation. This is 17 News at noon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Maddie Jansen. It is day 2 of public impeachment hearings featuring a key witness who's already testified in private. 17's Eitan Wallace has been tracking the testimony out of Washington. He joins us with a recap. Eitan?
Yes, and it's former U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine, Marie Yovanovitch. She's a 33-year State Department diplomat. Well, she told her side about how she was treated by the Trump administration. And, very interesting because she says today why she was pulled out of Ukraine. Now, during the hearing, Yovanovitch said she was recalled for her ambassadorship without cause, falsely painted as disloyal by the president's lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, who says she wanted her out of the way to conduct a shadow Ukraine policy at the urging of President Trump. And the president referred to her as, quote, bad news in the July call with President Zelensky, and someone who, quote, was going to go through some things, leaving her feeling threatened.
No real reason was offered as to why I had to leave. Shocked, appalled, devastated that the President of the United States would talk about any ambassador like that.
Now, Republicans point out Yovanovitch wasn't in her post in July when the president pressured Ukraine to announce investigations into Joe Biden in the 2016 election while withholding military aid. Now, also today, the White House released a summary of an earlier call between President Trump and Zelensky, an attempt to illustrate he did nothing wrong. Lawmakers will also hear private testimony today from a State Department official who reportedly overheard the president on a phone call asking about investigations. Now, a new witness will likely testify Saturday about why aid to Ukraine was held up. His name is Mark Sandy, and he works for the Office of Management and Budget. We will have a full recap tonight on 17 News at 5.
And then, of course, we have a lot more hearings next week with Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yes, we do. Definitely hearings, more hearings next week. Should be an interesting 3 days.
Okay. All right, Eitan, thank you so much. On to state news now, and 2 teens remain hospitalized today as the community of Santa Clarita mourns yesterday's high school shooting. Hundreds gathered last night for a vigil. Yesterday morning, a student opened fire on the campus of Saugus High School. Sheriff's officials say it took just 16 seconds for the gunman to shoot 5 students, completely unloading his firearm. Then he turned the gun on himself. 2 students died at the hospital. 2 remain hospitalized in good condition. A 3rd student was treated and released yesterday. One of the victims killed was identified today by the coroner's office as 15-year-old Gracie Ann Mulberger. The gunman remains in critical condition. He's reportedly brain dead and not expected to survive. Investigators say they are still unsure of a motive. Back here at home, the SWAT team was called out this morning to East Bakersfield. Police responded to a call just before 1 a.m. of an assault with a baseball bat. The suspect was holed up in a home on Miller Street. SWAT, Bakersfield Fire, and police were all called out. About 6.5 hours later, officers were able to make contact and arrest that suspect. Officials say the victim, a 40-year-old man, suffered moderate injuries to his head. Police say the 2 men were acquaintances, but it's unclear what prompted the alleged attack. 17 News is your local election headquarters. Leticia Perez, the 5th District Kern County Supervisor, has begun pulling paperwork for re-election. The embattled supervisor is fighting misdemeanor charges filed last year stemming from her husband's ties to the marijuana industry and her being the lone supervisor to vote to legalize medicinal cannabis back in 2017. The next hearing in that case is set for January 17th. 2 people formerly homeless came to Bakersfield last night to talk about our own homelessness crisis. The Kegley Institute of Ethics hosted a community forum on homelessness last night. Local experts and officials discussed potential solutions along with experts from other communities. Sean Morrissey was once homeless himself. Now he works as Director of Advocacy and Community Engagement for Union Station, a homeless service organization.
I'm the rule rather than the exception, that this is what happens when you, first of all, give someone a place to live and then surround them with the proper amount of love and nurture and intentional support.
The solution to homelessness is a home. It's the bottom line. But how somebody gets to stay there is that they build community, and that means that they have somebody that cares about them and they believe that that is true.
Kern County's last homeless count identified 1,330 homeless individuals, 178 chronically homeless. Well, today's the day to make wishes come true for kids struggling with critical illnesses. Things have been underway since early this morning. Even before sunup, we've had volunteers, Make-A-Wish families, and firefighters out here in downtown Bakersfield, as well as at several other locations around town. They're collecting money to grant wishes to local kids. Last year, locally, the Make-A-Wish Foundation was able to grant 58 wishes to children struggling with critical illnesses. But those wishes cost on average about $7,500 a piece. So you can help make that happen by dropping by, joining us for lunch. They'll be out there serving up deep pit barbecue sandwiches, cookies, chips, and a drink for just $10 until 2 o'clock. And we'll check in coming up in just a few minutes out there live. In about 13 minutes, we'll introduce you to Jordan Phillips, a local girl battling kidney disease who recently had her wish granted.
Good afternoon. We are looking at that radar and satellite right now. We're going to see clear skies in our area, although we will see some cloud coverage in the Northern California area, but our area is looking beautiful. Regional forecast, we are expecting a high of 81 in Los Angeles, 70 in Morro Bay. Fresno, you're looking at 71 degrees, as well as San Diego, 73 in Las Vegas. So those mid to high 70s across the board, really. For our pinpoint futurecast, we are expecting to see some cloud coverage in the northern region, as I expected, even some showers making their way through the weekend. But for the most part, we're looking at clear skies here in Bakersfield. Right now, our valley forecast, we are seeing gorgeous conditions across the board. Some partly cloudy conditions in those morning hours, but then things clear up like they do right now in the afternoon hour. We're looking at those winds at calm, pretty much calm, light winds throughout this weekend. 66 in Delano, Porterville, 66 degrees as well. McFarland, looking at those 60s pretty much across the board. And we start to see those cooler conditions through those evening hours, mid to high 40s, even low 50s. For our mountain forecast, sunny conditions, northwest winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. We're even seeing those 60s and high 50s and low 60s in Tehachapi, 60 degrees and 56 in Fraser Park, 55 in Pine Mountain. We see those cooler conditions in the later evening hours. Northwestern winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour, mostly sunny. And our desert forecast, and we are going to see some cloud coverage in the morning hour, and we will also see things clear up pretty much in those later afternoon hours. 74 in Ridgecrest, 71 California City, 72 as well. Taking a look at our valley forecast, we are expecting 65 for our high, and then we see gorgeous conditions of 70s throughout the weekend. 80 by Monday, looking at 75 degrees by this Tuesday, and 64 being our low by next week. 64 degrees on Wednesday, 65 by Thursday. Taking a look at our mountain forecast, breezy conditions by Saturday, 69 degrees, and then we see things warm up slightly by Sunday, 70 degrees, 73 by next Monday, and then things start to cool down again by next Tuesday. We're looking at 67 degrees. Of course, we look at those cooler conditions, mid to high 40s across the board in the evening hours. Kern Valley forecast, we are expecting a high of 69 degrees today, and then we pretty much stay consistent with those 70s, even 80s through the weekend into Monday. And we see a cool down again by next Tuesday, and even cooler conditions by next Wednesday, looking at 61 degrees Wednesday through Thursday. Breezy conditions. Overall, we are seeing those cooler conditions in the later evening hours. Some cloud coverage by next week. Clears up in the afternoon hour. That was a quick look at your pinpoint weather forecast. I'll send it back to you, Maddie.
Beautiful weekend ahead and a beautiful Friday. Time for our pet of the week. Chuck Nordstrom is in with our little kitty named Juju, who's looking for a new home. Chuck, good afternoon. Thanks for coming in.
Glad to be here.
So tell us about Juju.
Well, Juju's about 3 months old, and she is a playful, friendly, inquisitive little kitty. You can do almost anything with her. She's not one of those that's, clawing you, trying to run away, whatever. No, she'll hide her face. She'll roll around. Sweet. She's just a sweet, loving, fluffy little thing.
Oh, and she's 3 months old, you said. Did she come in by herself as a stray?
She came in by herself as a stray,
so
but she's all vaccinated, microchipped, spayed. She's ready to go home today.
All right, fantastic. So she's already ready for her new home. All you need to do is come down and make sure she's a good fit for your family. If you're interested in coming down and adopting Juju, you can go check her out and visit her in person and visit her and the many other animals, cats and dogs, up for adoption down at the SPCA SPCA in Northwest Bakersfield. You can also give them a call at 323-8353. And again, she is ready to go home this afternoon. You can go see the SPCA at 3000 Gibson Street in Northwest Bakersfield. All right, so Juju's ready for her home. We're going to make sure she gets one of those.
Great.
Chuck, thanks so much for coming in this
Thank
afternoon.
you.
We appreciate it. All right, well, coming up this afternoon, we're talking more about your business watch after this with a Ford recall on one of their most popular vehicles. Plus, we'll take you back outside live to the Make-A-Wish barbecue fundraiser.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
We're back down your 17 Business Watch, and the Dow hit a fresh record today after White House economic advisor Larry Kudlow said that China and the U.S. were getting close to reaching a trade deal. At last check, the Dow was up 200 points, the NASDAQ up 49, and the S&P 500 up 18. Checking out oil prices this afternoon. West Texas Intermediate selling for $57.78 a barrel, and Midway Sunset selling for $60.52. In other business news this afternoon, Ford has issued a recall alert on one of its best-selling vehicles. Ford is recalling 168,000 2019 and 2020 F-150 pickup trucks. Ford says they may have improperly secured parts that could hinder braking, steering assist, instrument panel displays, or cause the engine to stall or catch fire. Ford said it is not aware of any reports of accidents or injuries related to this condition. Owners will be contacted starting next week, and dealers will inspect the battery cable joint and remove excess adhesive that could cause the problem. Kenmore is recalling some of its elite microwave ovens. The 1,000-watt countertop convection microwaves were sold exclusively at Sears. In Sears' hometown and outlet stores, the microwaves have incorrect wiring, and the exterior surface could get hotter than 183 degrees, posing a burn hazard. The microwaves were manufactured on April 27, 2017, and can be identified by the first 6 digits of the serial number 170427. Consumers should immediately stop using the recalled microwave ovens and contact Sears for a free in-home repair. Still ahead, we're taking you back outside here in downtown Bakersfield. It's a beautiful afternoon for a barbecue, and we're going to tell you a little bit more about what your money will help to do here for local Make-A-Wish families after this.
Welcome back. The Make-A-Wish Foundation has made wishes come true for hundreds of local children who are struggling with critical illnesses. And 17's Tabitha Mills has the story of Jordan Phillips, who's undergoing chronic kidney disease, and her wish.
Action. Meet Jordan Phillips.
I love the news.
I love the news. You're such a ham. As her mother said, she's a ham. Jordan was born with chronic kidney disease, stage 3. At 4 years old, she was diagnosed with...
It's a big word. Focal segmental glomerulosclerosis, which is FSGS is what we all call it.
Although Jordan is stable at FSGS stage 3, she is medically fragile. Doctors, nurses, testing, the hospital, things this 7-year-old is all too familiar with.
Her nephrologist says once she hits stage 4, she will get a preemptive kidney transplant.
Jordan is a big fan of dinosaurs. Her favorite dinosaurs.
T-Rex and Velociraptor. One, because I love the Velociraptor because one of their names are blue, and that's my favorite color.
If you didn't catch on, she's also a fan of the Jurassic Park movies and Harry Potter because of the fire-breathing dragon.
Dinosaurs and dragons are pretty much the same, just because dragons have the wings.
Not to mention that whole fire-breathing part. That's why Make-A-Wish stepped in to send Jordan and her family to Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida.
To go see the dragon on Green Got.
On the green
Green Got.
On the bank.
Yes, on the bank.
From Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm. From Harry Potter.
She loves dinosaurs, and dragons are the closest thing to dinosaurs, so she just wanted to see it breathe fire.
It just looked cool. And it looked cool because it breathed fire.
Plus, Jordan got the opportunity to step into Jurassic Park.
Yeah, we saw my favorite dinosaur.
Oh, yeah.
The Velociraptor.
She got to train Blue. Just the smile on her face, it was ear to ear, and seeing her not have to worry about appointments, getting poked and prodded at. she did pretty much whatever she wanted to do. And just seeing her have wishes and dreams beyond what her original wish was that happened was just amazing. The best thing I could have ever wished for.
It was a dragon dino dream, granted for one funny fighting kid.
See you, folks. And cut.
So that is what today is all about. It's making wishes like little Jordan's come true. We've got a big crew out here helping to make those wishes happen. All right, welcome back. Again, we are out at our Make-A-Wish fundraiser here, Heroes and Helmets. And today is all about making wishes come true for local wish children undergoing critical illnesses. We want to make those wishes come true. All it takes is a barbecue lunch. Come down and have one with us. It's $10. You can make a donation here at 22nd and M Streets at Olive and Knutson or Mohawk and Rosedale. We'll be out here until we sell out of these sandwiches, and let me tell you, they're pretty delicious. I've been smelling them. I can't wait to take a bite. We'll be down here all day, all to make those wishes come true. And, of course, we'll have much more on the fundraiser drive and tell you how we did coming up tonight on 17 News at 5. Have a great weekend.
17 News, your local news leader, continues 24 hours a day on KGET.com and our 17 News app. In the spirit of the Golden Empire, 17 News.